Welcome ladies and gentlemen, Furo here, and today I will show you a bit more of Gwent the Witcher card game. After a long waiting time, the open beta for the game is finally starting today, so you might be curious what's with all the hype around the game. To give you a quick fact sheet before jumping into the open beta, I've prepared 5 things that you need to know and why you should care about this new card game at all. Looking back at all the collectible card games that were released since the original Magic the Gathering was invented, one thing became crystal clear. Most of the core mechanics were very similar, if not totally equal, to the biggest and first juggernaut in the game. You would draw a card each turn, somehow create larger resources and play units on the board that will then attack the enemy units or life points of your opponent over time until he's down and you win the game. This core gameplay is true for nearly every card game, making it easy for people familiar with the genre to jump between different games, which are all having unique twists on the successful formula, but nonetheless share still the same undeniable roots. If you are hoping that Gwent is similar to those other card games, then you are in for a huge disappointment. None of the mechanics I was telling you about is part of the game, and in fact the game is a totally unique experience unlike anything you have played so far. Originally part of The Witcher 3 as a minigame, Gwent is not about attacking units or reducing life points, but all about mind games and incomplete information. In a one-on-one duel, you are competing against your opponent in a best of 3 match, trying to reach more total strength points than him. To achieve this goal, you both are playing exactly 1 card per turn on a 3-lane board. The clue is that every player will be starting with 10 cards in the hand, plus a special leader card, and these are the resources that you will have for the whole game. You will get an additional total of 3 cards over the game, but other than that, the cards that you have at the start are normally all the possibilities you have for the rest of the game. Because that is giving you a huge amount of information right from the start, you need to find the perfect sequence to play the cards to get the most points out of them. Any time in a round you are able to just pass. This will give your opponent the opportunity to either pass as well or play more cards. The more cards someone is investing in one round, the less he has obviously for later rounds, so it might be useful to give up early in a match to win the last 2 rounds. Remember, all you have to do is win 2 out of 3 rounds. Gwent is all about incomplete information. The better you understand your opponent's deck and the cards that are possible to play in a specific situation, the more success you will have in the long run. That will result in a painful start for a newcomer who is not familiar with everything, but as you develop more knowledge around the game, your win rate will constantly improve. In the end, the game is fair, but with very unique gameplay mechanics and less RNG than similar card games, it is tough for a complete beginner to beat the top player. And speaking of RNG, that will bring us to fact 2. If you are playing different card games, you have most likely heard the term RNG a lot. RNG means random number generator and describes random events that are happening a lot in many collectible card games. In general, the higher the RNG, the less it is possible to create an edge over your opponent. That is due to the fact that the variance is higher, while your own decisions will matter less the more and stronger random events will affect the outcome of a game. Games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Hearthstone are prime examples of games with high RNG, while a game of chess, for example, has literally 0 RNG at all. A high RNG will allow worse players to reach a higher win rate than usual. In an extreme situation, it would even be possible that someone is running good his whole life and winning game after game where he totally should have lost. Why would a company allow such behavior then? Well, first of all, many people like random effects or the feeling of being lucky. There's a reason why gambling companies make billions of dollars each year while providing products that are clearly not designed to allow the customer base to win any sufficient amount of money. Great executed random effect in a card game can spice things up a lot, create some huge moments for tournament viewers, and can give you the opportunity to come back even from a lost game. The higher the RNG though, the more the gameplay itself is becoming a farce that only serves as the trigger to drop the craziest random effects possible. That one, on the other hand, brings us back to Gwent. While Gwent surely also has RNG in form of card draw or some random effects, it is never getting out of control. Any form of random effect can be used in a fair way, are limited in their randomness or have little impact on the outcome of the game. As an example on the random effects of Gwent cards, let's have a look at the Elfen Mercenary, which is a Scoria tier spy card that allows you to draw 2 random bronze special cards. You will choose and play one, while the other one is getting shuffled back into your deck. First of all, you will notice that the random effects are in general limited to the cards that you have in your deck. You are drawing those 2 special cards from your deck and will not get random cards out of the pool of all available special cards. So you can prepare your deck accordingly to what you want to draw on average and also discount cards that were already played. This will make it very useful that you keep track of all played cards in a game. If you know your odds, you know what's coming on average, plus of course you are still getting presented 2 cards, which is reducing the amount of bad outcomes even further. The Elfen Mercenary is only one example, but that is the RNG that you can expect in Gwent. The other RNG is coming in form of the card draw at the beginning of a game. Here is another prime example on how to reduce variance in a card game. At the beginning of a game, you have the opportunity to redraw up to 3 cards, one at a time, while after round 1 and round 2, you can redraw another card. So even without extra card draw, over the course of a game you are seeing 60% of your whole deck already. The more cards you will be seeing per game, the higher your skill and not the RNG is the deciding factor of each match. Hands down, there is not a single bad thing to say about the design and artwork of the cards in Gwent. Especially the premium cards are by far the best I have seen in any digital card game today. Every card has a premium animated version with extra sound effects when you play it. To give everyone the opportunity to craft with sick premiums, the developers have introduced a new currency into the game with the start of the open beta. Another really good move that will surely help to improve the number of premium cards that you will see in the game. Because pictures are better than words in this case, I will just show you a few premiums now, so enjoy! A good free-to-play card game also needs solid free-to-play experience, so that everyone who is interested in trying out the game can do so without spending a dime. In Gwent's case, this is fully achieved. When you start the game, you will play through some challenges which are both function as a tutorial to learn the rules, as well as a first opportunity to give rewards. At the end of those challenges, you will have a complete starter deck for each of the 5 factions to start your journey. After that, you are getting rewards in multiple ways. First of all, each day will provide you with daily rewards. Unlike other card games, there's currently not something like a quest system implemented, but instead you will just play the game, and the more rounds you win each day, the more rewards you are getting. The first big milestone after 6 rounds will be providing you with 100 ore, which is equivalent to 1 pack of cards. Winning 6 rounds per day should take you under 30 minutes on average and is by far the fastest for any card game I know of. If you're interested in spending a bit more time each day in Gwent, you can easily take down 2 or 3 packs each day just through the daily rewards. While you are playing the game, you will also level up your account level, and guess what? Each level that you earn will also give you out new rewards for you. These rewards are normally relatively small, like 1 extra pack or 100 scraps to craft cards, but because they're coming on top of your daily rewards, they are surely still very much welcomed. After you reach level 10, ranked play is unlocked for you, and that is where the money is. For the open beta there are 21 ranks in total, and every time you're ranking up 1 rank you are also getting more rewards. It is starting slowly with only 1 CAC, but as you move up the rewards are constantly improving, leading more and bigger rewards the higher you go. Reaching a high rank is also crucial for your end of season reward. Season is 2 months long, and after that it is time to take down your biggest rewards available. Again, a higher rank equals more rewards, and as we can see here in the overview, the outcome should be a nice surprise for every hero who was brave enough to fight for a decent spot on the ladder. All in all, the rewards are really generous, and especially people who are only going to play Gwent will get everything they need in a relatively short amount of time. That is bringing us to the last point for this video. Gwent is developed by CG Projekt Red, a huge Polish company that also owns GOG.com. The company is heavily invested in the creation of Gwent and making it a huge success that the game deserves. Apparently, that is paying off for them, with the closed beta becoming a huge success. Right now the game is on track to become the biggest card game in the West after Hearthstone, overcoming any other competitor without much effort. With the first $100,000 event just finished a few days ago, you can also look forward to see more huge esports events and prize money in the future after the game is fully launching. But what else is in store for the game to make it last a long time? First of all, the developers are going for a constant content route. A ranked season is always 2 months long, and with the start of each season they will introduce 20 new cards into the game that will hopefully keep it fresh over a longer period of time. Some bigger expansions will most likely also come out, but so far there are not that many information available for this topic. At the top of the client you will always see the prominent single player button, which is right now not providing you with that much content, but be prepared to see more coming. CD Projekt Red is currently developing multiple single player campaigns for Gwent. Each should feature over 20 hours of gameplay that you can buy with real money. Again, the information on this topic is kinda sparse right now, but what is known already is that you should expect something like The Witcher 3 in Gwent. While Gwent was a minigame in The Witcher 3, it might be that The Witcher is more or less a minigame in Gwent. Rumors are that you will have an open world 3D environment where you can run around and fight people in the world with Gwent cards. I'm pretty curious how this is all coming together. It sounds awesome at least. None of the single player campaigns will provide you with extra unique cards, so don't expect a paywall here. Last but not least, the multiplayer part will get a limited format in the near future as well. If it is just an arena style format or some other kind of tournament mode, so far unknown, but be prepared to see some sort of this in the next couple of months. When all is said and done, Gwent will provide a robust environment for all kinds of people. You like story mode, you can play the single player campaign. You like tournaments, you can play the new unknown mode. You like the competitive scene, you can just go for the ranked mode. The future is really looking bright in Gwent Town. And with that, I'm at the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have, please don't hesitate to hit the like and subscribe button. Feedback is also very much appreciated. Thank you for watching and see you in the game.